Hello and welcome to the Dragon and Bear Show. We are back as usual.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll kick us off with a nice little review. A little animated classic, as I want to say, and a lot of the cult following of this movie does. Anyway, I am Dragon King Thomas Hughes. That's Geeky Bear Alex.
Geeky Bear Alex. Okay. Yeah, hello. That's me.
Well, it is your name, Geeky Bear, then Alex. Put the apostrophes over the Alex to separate it.
I guess.
It works. I could call you something else if you want. Yeah, so obviously they're going to be talking about the Iron Giant, the 1999 classic that never got a sequel.
Yeah, sadly.
Because Warner Brothers fucked up the marketing.
Yep.
It was so poorly marketed, like really badly. But yet, it's got such good reviews and a really big cult following, and is like referred to as a modern animated classic, which I can see why, because this movie has so much gorgeous animation, especially for a 90s animated film.
It was great. They're great.
It's just perfect animated. It's got such a good voice cast. Like some big names. Jennifer Aniston's in it as the mom.
Oh,
That's probably like the biggest name there. And it's got such a good soundtrack and such a good story behind it. I mean, technically speaking, biggest name in this movie is probably Vin Diesel. I mean, he's doing his Groot fucking routine before Groot routine was required.
Ah, he was a robot then.
Yeah, Vin Diesel was the Iron Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man of few words, which he then did for Groot. Which is why I made that joke where he talks about he's not a gun, and I said yes, but then eventually he worked for a gun in the form of James Gunn. That's why I made that. That's why I made that joke.
I now get it. Ha ha ha.
Good
Funny.
Lad. But yeah, it's such a fucking beautiful movie. I said to you before we watched it, it's a movie I grew up watching heavily. I used to with the VHS. I used to have like a little tiny action figure of the Iron Giant. Don't know what happened to it. Disappeared somewhere. But still,
I mean, come on, it was like what 20 some, well, almost 20 years ago.
It was has to be the early 2000s when I had to have this on DVD, VHS. Sorry, DVD is modern.
Well, not modern anymore.
Yeah, not modern anymore. It's 4K is modern though, but you get the point. I had to have it on VHS in the early 2000s, so it's probably just disappeared somewhere over the years. I mean, I've got a Funko Pop of him, so close enough. Even if it is the Ready Player One version of him. Close enough.
Well.
But I mean, it's such a shame this didn't get a sequel just because of how good of a movie it really is. I find it funny that they put so much effort into putting this character in other films, and yet they still won't give it another sequel. Obviously, Ready Player One, it had a big role in the finale. It had obviously a cameo in fucking Space Jam, New Legacy. But yet they will not give this movie a sequel. Give us a sequel. I want to see. See, I love the way it ends because it does leave it open for a sequel, but you can also just leave it as it is. So it's like, okay, I kind of don't want them to ruin the ending because it was a nice ending, but I would love to see where this would go in a sort of sequel, like what the story would progress into. Because, as I say, the story is pretty much told. It's like open and shut, but it's like, okay, they could add some more to this. Like, he comes back and deals with some other stuff.
Yeah. Maybe he even gets a paint job.
It's weird. I've got mixed feelings because I say I want a sequel, but at the same time, I don't want a sequel. We've seen plenty of sequels, like legacy sequels years later, that are just bad and ruin the taste of the original. So,
like, it'd be cool if they like even gave it like a repaint, like better, like new animation styles and that.
Like an up-to-date animation.
Yeah, like even like if they do what they did with Pokemon, the first movie, like give it that 3D aspect of the animation.
That'd be interesting. I mean, if they were to do anything, it should have been this year because this is the 25th anniversary.
Yeah,
so it would have made. Yeah, tell me about it. Right, no, sure? 23, sorry. 23?
I was going to say.
23? My maths.
Yeah, 23rd.
So 2 years' time. Give us 2 years' time, please. It's a 25th anniversary. We need something for this movie. My mind just went blank. I was just like, 25. I have too much stuff going through my head at once. No, it's 23. Why am I counting? Why did I count all the 20? What am I doing with my head?
Tom, important question. What's 9 plus 10?
25.
Everything's 25, I see.
Whatever the answer is, just write 25. You should pass at some point.
Yeah.
It's
21 plus 4. There you go.
25. Yay! I finally did it. I got 1 out of 500. Worth it. But yeah, everything about this movie just screams a great movie.
Yeah, like great plot, great characters apart from one.
Yeah, but he's great because he's an asshole. They built him
True.
perfectly to be the most hated character in the movie.
Very true, very true. Like, I can't stand him. I wouldn't even spit on him if he was on fire.
They built that character correctly.
Yeah.
But I mean, the film's got everything you want. It's even got really good humour. Like the whole fucking the lake scene. And he does a fucking dive bomb into the lake. That's like such a hilarious scene with the tsunami and the fucking reading his newspaper. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to get involved. Washes away.
And the squirrel scene.
Yeah, when he unzips his pants and
I'm
the
sorry,
squirrel pops
everybody.
out. Oh, it's so fucking hilarious.
That scene made me fall in love with Dean.
It's just got, this film's got everything you'd want from an animated kids movie, and it's even got the darkness to like give the adults something they want. It's like,
well, do adults want it? I don't know.
He might, as an adult, I'm like, okay, that makes this movie so much more heart tugging.
Yeah,
like more than it did back when I was watching it as a kid. Because I mean, there's probably two big moments, add even more layers to this movie. That it's just a chef's kiss of a movie. And I mean, even when it goes full on action, especially for its finale, the design of the giant in its like attack mode.
Yeah, I think that's great.
It's so cool. I mean, it's got a head within a dome. It's got these fucking like tentacle fucking lasers over its head, which kind of remind me of like War of the Worlds type things.
Yeah,
it's got cannons on his arms, red eyes. It looks so good. Like the normal giant is such a basic sort of design, which you don't need anything complex really. You just need a giant robot man. But then that design looks a bit more complex, which like works well to transform.
Very sci-fi.
Yeah. Definitely is.
And you can see the original giant in the transformed mode as well, because like it's literally just like plates moving, heads going in a bit more.
Essentially, it's like Transformers transforming from a vehicle into the person version. It's essentially like that, just without the vehicle
version.
I don't know what would I refer to it?
Robot mode.
Robot mode, then we'll call it. Because I can't really say Autobot because then that just pushes aside the Decepticons. And but you get my point. It's essentially, if you think about it, essentially, the Iron Giant's basic mode is essentially its vehicle mode, while the attack mode is basically its robot mode. That's basically like that.
Yeah.
It's just such a nostalgic film that I can go back to over and over again.
There's some parts that were very good in it, and the characters' development and like how they link together was very good. I find it was very natural.
There's a lot of references to other things in there. Obviously, Superman's a big massive reference to that. I mean, that's the whole arc with the Iron Giant is Superman, which I mean, it's like one of the most like iconic shots with the S on the chest. But I mean, it doesn't have this. It's not just iconic shots this movie has, or iconic characters. It has iconic quotes.
Yeah.
You are who you choose to be. That is such an iconic quote. And it's such a beautiful quote. Because it sort of fits for a lot of situations. Which is nice.
Yeah.
And also the quote of, I'm not a gun. That's obviously a hard-hitting quote for this movie because of him basically being a gun. And I think there's one more quote. My mind's gone blank.
Don't know.
You get my point. Though. There's iconic lines, and that's what makes a film so iconic. Is if there's iconic lines that you can remember.
Some of the stuff in the movie wouldn't slide today, though, as we discussed.
You mean like the kid being locked in a room with a guy, and it's kind of being
that's the exact thing I'm thinking
very
of.
Molestation vibe.
Yeah, especially when he watches the kids sleep in the end.
Yeah, that guy would definitely get arrested nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that I want to really say. I kind of got my points across: animation, music, characters, iconicness.
But it's just one of the movies that's it's a good movie, a very good movie.
It's a good family movie.
Yeah, it's got everything for someone.
Yeah, it covers all the bases.
I hope that made sense, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It covers all the bases.
Yeah,
gives everyone interested.
Definitely.
Family vibe, hard hitting, adult vibe.
Yeah,
covers hard hitting. Covers all the bases. And he's also got action in there, you know, to keep the the grown-ups happy.
The grandpas and grandmas happy.
Yeah. Kill the robot.
Yeah, and the comedic parts of the hide under the table and you'll be invincible to a nuke.
Should we rate it then?
Well, I've got a question for you before we rate it.
Go on then.
If you were to get a sequel, what would you like it to have?
Oh, that's an interesting one, because there's ways you could do it. You could either have it set directly after this, the same time period, or push it into a modern time period, or any era really.
Yeah,
I think it just depends what era they go with. That would depend, obviously, work with how they go with the story.
Yeah,
I mean, they kind of realised he's a good robot, so I feel like the best way to do it is the other robots coming down, because obviously in flashbacks, memory sequences, you saw the other robots that there are. Like, he has to defend the Earth against these robots with teaming up with the humans. Like
we are two in sync.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
That's literally what I was thinking. Like, he would have to fight off the other robots, if they invaded.
Basically, the plot of Transformers.
Yeah,
that would work for a sequel. That would work for a sequel for me. That's what I do. All out war.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Okay. In terms of ratings, you're always bugging me that I've never given the full whack on one of these animated movies.
I mean, you gave one the other day, didn't you? Well, the other time, a few months ago.
Not in an animated one.
Oh,
not in this show. I've never given the full whack. You have.
I have, yeah.
Twice, I think.
A few times.
You did twice. I think twice.
I don't know.
Maybe 3 times. 2 or 3 times. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But you always bug me that I've never given one. But
yeah,
this is literally in my top 20 movies of all time.
So
you can guess what I'm going with here. It's got to be 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, 5 out of 5.
It's got to be 5.
I would see. It's not one of my favorite movies. It took me a while to actually watch it, and I liked it. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but it's not one of my favorite movies. I'd say I'd give it about 4.5. 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I just don't see myself going back to it every month. It'd take a while. It scratches an urge when you need it.
Fair enough. Okay. That covers every single base. Usual like, subscribe, usual crap.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time when we do the Dragon Prince season 3.
I think that's because next month we're doing 2. We're going to try and do 2.
Yes, I think I bet that.
So I think the Dragon Prince, since that's the last Thursday of the month, Dragon Prince would be that one, I believe. So there will be a movie in between that.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Then Dragon Prince, and then we might have a little announcement regarding another big franchise we're going to tackle, since we kind of took a break from franchises after doing Pokemon and did some single movies and series. So we'll let you know when we've done that last one in March and explain a few more things.
Yeah,
but,
definitely.
But until then, we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
I stuck a whole bag of jelly beans up my asshole.
Oh, that's staying in. Bye.
No.
If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And well, I'll see you on the next video.